All mount sitting in the 81. The H cluster's out and it's missing part of the steering wheel. Can't really do a cold start on this one because it's kind of middle of summer and nothing happens. Got no brakes. They're non-existent. And I'm sitting quite lower to the ground. And see, I'm firmly on the ground. Got her sitting in the garage. It's full of parts and stuff. Aluminum intake. It's the 4-barrel Edelbrock intake. MSD coils, tail lights, all sorts of stuff. There's a couple set of headers back there. Actually, there's just set one tube headers right there. You guys probably can't see very well. But yeah, actually it's just the cab. There's the back part of the frame, but got the cab in here. Little 302. So the cab's back in here. I got it on some rollers to roll it in here. Get it out of the weather. Kind of give everybody an idea of what I'm actually going to be doing with this truck, or the cab at least. I'm also going to be using rear diff because it's a Sterling rear diff. So it's a very, very strong rear diff. So what my plans are is I'm going to be building an 81 F250 using this cab. It's still a good cab. Corner cabs are good. The floor is immaculate. Like, there's zero rust left on this cab, minus the roof on the far side there. I'm going to just patch that. Not patch it, but clean it up, and it should be good. It's just right there. We welded it up last year. You can see all the parts. More parts. You can see more of the. You can see the flange of the header right there. Sorry, the tail lights and stuff. But I'm going to be building an 81 F250 4x4. I haven't decided what motor I'm going to go with yet, or how I'm going to go about doing it. I know I have the rear diff. I got the cab. I'm thinking about using this, well, not this 400, but one of my 400s. I'm probably going to end up using the one down there, just because I feel like I can build that one a little bit less than I can build this one. This one needs a little bit more work, I'm thinking. So that's my plan, at least. 400 right here, so there's another 400, is for the 77, which is still sitting out there. It's got long tube headers on it and such. But that was in the 81. This is the one that was out of the 81 when it was running and driving. I gave my dad that motor, and I got the motor that was out of the 77 because that's the motor out of the 77. I got the one out of the 80 parts truck that I had a while ago because I had sold him that a while ago. So I got that motor back, and I got a 460 which I sold, and a couple other parts and pieces, and a 302. That's not that 302, it was a different one out of a 86 Mustang or something. Buddy sold it to us and such. But anyways, so that was one idea, is building a 400 and making a 4x4. The other one is using buying a truck kind of like this one here. Now this one is a 1990. I know it's an 81 front clip and 81 box. That's because this is the 81's original front end and box. It's got a 5.8 351 Windsor. It's got dual exhaust, tailored plugs, throttle body, tailored throttle body spacer. It's fully built, but just stock internals, not really like a pro built, like friggin' H-beam rods, nothing like that. They're stock I-beams and stuff. But I was thinking about buying a 90 F250 with the 5.8 and doing that because I have some parts for 351 Windsor as well. I got a set of 69 GT heads out of a Mustang. They're the 4V ones. They're the DOOE heads. They're the more desirable ones. I don't know where I put them. They're around. I think they're over there actually. These ones here are GT40 heads, and in the black wrapping there is an RV cam from 351 Windsor. So I got that, and I got some aluminum valve covers out of a Mustang for it, and I also have so the other heads are down there. I also have a set of roller rockers down there, and some other goodies. Let me grab a light so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Actually, that one will work. So I got a thermostat, some lifters, some ARP head bolts, some other ARP bolts in there for it. So I could go that way. Now you guys can see. I suck at this. There's the other set of headers in there. So I have pretty well equal amount of parts for each. So I have like equal amount of parts for a 400 as I do have for a 351 Windsor. So we'll see which way I go. This motor here is 400 modified, stock bore, stock, pretty much everything stock on it right now. It's got a Holley, minus the intake, it's got a Holley Dominator intake and a Holley 650 double pumper on it with a manual choke. Ford Racing aluminum valve covers, MSD plugs, and distributor in it. Got a lot of new parts for that as well. So like I said, I don't know which way I'm going to kind of go with it. But I'm going to be pulling my front clip off this truck again and putting it back to a 90 most likely in the near future. Give you guys a interior shot. It's a I forget what kind of steering wheel it is. It's a Grant steering wheel. It's white, 3-spoke. It's a pretty nice steering wheel. Pretty nice interior in this truck. There's some glue on the seat from a little mishap. Currently I'm having problems with charging. I won't show you under the hood again, but I bought a brand new alternator for it, which is over here in the box of alternators. That one there's the new one, and we wired up a new loom from the alternator to the firewall, and that didn't fix it either. So then we read that the gauge cluster had something to do with it, so I threw in a new gauge cluster. Still not charging. So I don't know what's going on with that truck. We're having wiring gremlins. I checked all the grounds. I can't find any issues with any of the grounds. I'm going to check them again because everybody says it's the grounds. So I'm going to check the grounds one more time, figure it out. But I'm kind of losing patience. Everybody does with wiring and electrical gremlins. But anyways, so this is the 390, a pair of them. I'm going to be building one of these this year. I've said that a couple of times, but I'm going to eventually get around to doing one of them and maybe rebuilding the transmission for the one down there. I'm getting around to that. We did buy floor pans for the 77, and I don't know where the rear wheel wells are, but we also have those to weld up through wheel wells. Got some suspension parts for it. Sway bar is there hanging off of it. It's kind of a mess right now. There's a bunch of wiring. That looms out of a 96, so don't mind that, but it's full of parts. She's just waiting her turn to get built. I threw in a newer column. It's tilt out of a 79, sorry. Yeah, so we got floor pans for it. Rear wheel wells are somewhere, I don't remember where. The only thing that we're really going to need now would be brakes. The front brakes are a little iffy, and the rear brakes are, we haven't even looked at them yet. We also have to make a new rear diff seal, or the yoke. It's the 9-inch. When we unloaded it, she puked everywhere, so we're gonna have to do that. But otherwise, we have everything really so far we need to put this truck together. We just got to get time to actually put it together, and then that one will be up and running. The 68 Skirl S400, sorry, is gonna get her turn. It does run. We put a rebuild kit in the. Well, we found a carb for it. Put a rebuild kit in it. New filter, works pretty good. So this one will be running this year. We got some NGK red plug wires on it, and then this one I got running. I bought a pull cord off of eBay. Hard to find and very expensive. Spent $140 on that piece. I was like, holy bejeebers. Can't get the carb to work right, so I threw the carb in there. I threw a Mikuni on there with a fuel block, just to get it running. Ran it for a little while, got crap all in my freshly painted tunnel, but that's okay. Still got this ski to do. Did one, looks all pretty. Haven't got to the other one. Still got to fix up the seat and couple other things, get the steering actually hooked up. I did the gauges, they look quite nice, so they're not screwed in though. Gotta do that still. But yeah, so today I just spent cleaning up the garage, getting everything kind of tidied up. Got the Moto Ski 440 up there. That thing hasn't been touched in 4 years, 3 years. No idea what the plans are for that. It's my brother's. Might eventually get done. Who knows? But anyways, this 302. I never talked about it yet. This 302 I got on a deal. It didn't come with the heads, the intake. This distributor's out of a different one. I do have a box with the original distributor in it. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, I have troubles talking sometimes. But it is a 68 302 out of a Mustang. The way you can really tell that it is a factory 69 or 68 block is the 3 bolt holes on the crank, on the balancer, sorry, for the crank pulley. So that's one way. I do have the casting number somewhere. Don't remember where it is anymore. Anyways, so I got that on a deal. Doesn't have any rods, doesn't have any pistons in it. It was supposed to come with the heads, but the guy kind of bailed on the heads. I lost contact with him. He never showed up with the heads. But I traded a set of Edelbrock valve covers for the block and stuff. So it was a pretty good deal. And so I plan on building this motor for the 2002 Ford Ranger. I'm going to put a Edelbrock 4-barrel intake on it. This is just a 2-barrel intake with an adapter to put a 4-barrel on it. It doesn't actually work. It's just for looks in the garage right now. But I'm going to put an Edelbrock 4-barrel intake or a factory Mustang intake on it. fuel injection. I haven't decided yet. If I go 4-barrel, I'm probably going to run that 650 double pumper or the 650 Holly that I had on the 81, because Dad's going with an Edelbrock. On the other 400. So I have the other Holly. So I'm going to do a thumper cam in it. I'm going to bore it 30 over. Probably going to keep this crank. I know it's the perfect time to put a stroker kit in it, but I'm not going to bother with the stroker kit just because I don't want to. I want to build it like a street motor. Boring it 30 over I think will be good enough for me. So yeah, I got a water pump for it. It's not new, but it's newer. So that's pretty cool. I got a oil pump and a bunch of other little things for it, so it's well on its way. A set of aluminum rocker arms for it. I'm going to go with whichever heads I decide to use. It's either going to be the GT40 351 Windsor heads or the 69 4-barrel DOOE heads. I don't remember if that's the exact casting number for those heads, so don't quote me on it. But I'm going to use one of those two on it. Whichever ones I decide. They're just a good flowing head. They're the equivalent to an aluminum head, except they're cast iron, so they flow just under what an aluminum head will. They're the best flowing Ford heads, so that are stock. So I'm gonna get whichever one I go with. I'm gonna get them poured and polished and slap them on. Thumper cam, board 30 over. Just make a mean little 302. Shorty headers, you know, the little things. But anyways, the video has turned out to be quite a long one, so I'll let everybody go. I'll try and make a video. I probably won't be making videos very often. I'm currently out of town. I'm only back for 2 weeks. I leave this Monday, May 9th, for back to Borden, Ontario for more training. I joined the military, so I'm traveling quite a lot more, so quite a little bit more. So I'll try and keep the videos coming, but I apologize and thank you guys for being patient with me. But next time I'll try and make a little bit more interesting video. I got a GoPro back in Borden that I'm going to be using a little bit more, so you guys can come along on my adventures and actually see me working on some of these vehicles and going to the pick and pull and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to leave her here for you guys. I'll leave you guys looking at that beast over there. Enjoy your guys' night.